welcome to the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, a tremendous day of racing here. Looking forward to getting into it.
Yes, the two listed races there, the Supremacy Stakes and of course the Schweppes 1000 Guineas. Key lead-ups towards the Oaks and of course the Karrakatta Plate. We saw Whispering Brook win the Supremacy last year on her way to winning the Karrakatta and the Size Produce. So look, should be a couple of very good races and a good day of racing.
Simon Miller looks to have a big hand to play in that race as well, so I'm looking forward to previewing that with you. Let's take a look at the conditions first before we get into it. The Moobil Rail is at an inside position. Hot weather expected again through Perth after we had some rain earlier on the week, so just keep an eye on the pattern, see if anything's formed like we saw last week where it was hard to run down the leaders. Let's get straight into it. Race number 1 at the Amelia Park Karrakatta Plate Day, 1st of April handicap over the 1400 metres mark. Looks to be competitive.
Yeah, really competitive 3-year-old race. Probably not the top line of 3-year-olds we have, but still a very, very good even race. We'll have a look at a race from just a week ago with Mass Effect running second behind Just Like Fire.
Tried to get the break. Amalfi Lass a length and a half. Mass Effect, Just Like Fire keeps coming, however, right down the outskirts of the track. She's zoomed up to them here, the baldy face filly. Just Like Fire hit the front. Gee, this has been a really good win. Coming away from them there, she gave them a head start and she gave them a toweling. Beat Mass Effect. Kingdom.
Good performance there by Mass Effect. It was a bit of a step up, to be honest, because the Albany form lines had been okay. They'd been nice performances, but this is a big step up against quality. I know that you and I both like Just Like Fire. It was a day it was tough to run on as well. So I'm impressed by that run, but I want to see some consistency now because these are some good 3-year-olds, as you mentioned.
Absolutely, with Mass Effect as well. Had every possible chance in the run, whereas you compare the run to Kingdom and Empire, which comes out of the same race. The blinkers going for Racer was slightly held up at a vital point under Randy Tan. Jarodnowski goes on for today. Held up until the 200 and had to make a sharp dash and really hit the line well, only about half a length off Mass Effect and about 2.5 lengths off the winner. But I think those form lines are very solid, and Kingdom and Empire's a nice horse.
Well, you talk about consistency. You look at the races that this horse has been in. Horses were around Royal Missile, G, Boss, Amelia Moo, Just Like Fire. As you said, big positive here. Blinkers on, nice barrier. Jarodnowski, I think it's going to run a really big race.
And your on top selection here is Bold Success. Glenn Smith rides for Grant Alana Williams. The Shadow Roll goes on here. The effort last start was good, but bounced down since come out and run a poor one. Did have excuses, so I'll be interested to see where that form leads us.
Almost contradicting myself here. We're talking about consistency and then we're back in a horse that's had 2 starts and did lose a race that where the form line hasn't held up. I'm not too worried about the form from that race because I just think this horse is going to continue to get better and probably be a sharp improver as well. It's so green. It has no idea what it's doing out there. The amount of times it switched off last start down the straight was ridiculous. Up to the 1400 metres, big bonus. I'm going to be backing him on top here. Bold Success. From 5, Kingdom and Empire, 6, Storm Dancer and 1, Wrinkly.
I've got the 5 on top here, Kingdom and Empire. From the 3, Mass Effect. Number 6, Storm Dancer, and 4, Bold Success.
Race 2 at Ascot is an event for the fillies and mares. It's over the 1400 metres mark. Really looking forward to this race. There's a bit of class in here. There's some nice leaders as well with Fat Noxious in it. Horses that will appreciate that speed like Fancy Fox and Bourbon Dynasty, but we've got our eye on one.
Yeah, stand out, and she's sure to open up very short. Galaxy Star, let's have a look at her winning last start.
Fence with Galaxy Star still back there running about 6th. There's Foreseen led them at the 250. Jing Tang levelled up with it though. Card Knight, and he's weaving his way through with Galaxy Star. Here she comes now. She's around their heels. She's through the eye of the needle and away she goes. Galaxy Star draws clear and wins it more than...
3 from 3 now in this horse, and she just does it so easily. She's got a brilliant turn of foot. She hasn't really been tested yet, and she's won by a long neck, 2.5 lengths and 1.8 length as well. I think barrier 9 suits here. They can just drop back through those early stages. As I said, with the speed from horses like Fat Noxious, then they'll get a nice lead up into the run. I just think she's too good. It's a stepping stone to bigger things.
We saw last start as well that she wants to win. She's got that want and will to win. Just pushed Key to Fame rather, and of course Card Knight out of the way. William Pike got suspended for that ride, of course, but she wanted to go through the gap, so she's a very, very tough mare. Looking forward to seeing her here. Number 1, Fat Noxious, is an interesting runner. You mentioned could lead and could potentially pinch it.
Ex-Kersey runner, of course, now with Ben Pearce. The first up run was pretty good, and then we saw the Pearl Classic run, only beaten 1.5 lengths, was able to lead through those earlier stages with Peter Hall riding and was just caught late there. 2 kilo claim, 57 kilos now. The track worries me a little bit, 7 attempts for 1 victory and 1/3, but as you said, if we see that it's a leader's day and this horse is out in front with not a lot of pressure, it'll be hard to get past.
Number 4, Fancy Fox, as well as take a quantum leap this preparation, racing in really consistent form, and you know what they say about mares in form, Adam, the win 2 starts ago was excellent. The run last start in the Pearl Classic was very unexpected, so look, I'm looking for her to continue that form here.
I've got a massive opinion of her. I think Tracy Dietrich's done a great job, and Lisa Staples too, and because we see those two combining, this horse doesn't get the respect that it should. Barrier 1, a little bit trickier there, but this horse does have a really good turn of foot. For mine, it'll be finishing in the top 4, but I can't go past number 2, Galaxy Star. From 5, Bourbon Dynasty, 4, Fancy Fox, and 1, Fat Noxious.
Number 2 goes on top for me as well, Adam. Galaxy Star from the 7, Dolly M. Number 4, Fancy Fox, and 9, Prime Witness.
Race number 3 at Ascot, we're stretching out to the 1800 metres here, Mark, and there's a few horses that have been very consistent this prep in this race.
There certainly is. There is one key form line that we'll have a look at. That race behind Point where we saw TYCOON Target run second.
Last Chancery, they led them for home at the 300, tackled quickly by SONNEN. Wayside keeps coming. In behind them then King of Woo, and Point gets into the clear also. TYCOON Target's running on. Point, SONNEN, Friarest getting a late split near the inside, coming quickly. Point, TYCOON Target, Friarest, but Point will win it.
Well, this is one of the horses that has been really consistent in this prep. You take a look at the last 3 runs, all second. And since Daniel Staker's ridden it, hasn't finished outside of the top 2 in these last 4 runs. Barrier 8, I'm not too worried about that. This horse has had some horrible barriers this campaign. But the runs behind Point, Barricky beats as well. We know that McKady's keeper form lines are holding up. This horse is just in form. Daniel Staker seems to get on with it really well. I think it can win the race.
Yeah, the Stelmack runners are running on quite nicely. We've seen that in recent times. It's funny though, they always seem to want to find a bit of trouble to race their best. Of the other chances in the race, Adam, we've got number 10 there, which is SONNEN. Now, first 2 runs this preparation haven't been ideal. First up was 3 wide, punching into the breeze, and then last up was doing a lot of chasing when in the running line, but leading that line up. Look, I think with the fitness under its belt from Barrier 1, no real excuses.
Big positives here, as you said. Fitness, third up, senior jock goes on board. Brad Parnham to ride here. I think this is a really good engagement for this horse. It's an honest type. The first up run was massive. As you said, led them up last up. From Barrier 1, they can be in a nice position here, and we know that the horse is going to get the 1800 metres comfortably, has to go into the top 4.
Former Bob and Sandra Peters' own galloper, Galaxy Blaze. Troy Turner rides for Julia Martin. Last start, Geraldton winner. Form this preparation has been good, and the 5-length win last start was excellent.
Galaxy Blaze is a nice horse. We've seen that can still go around in these, Pinjarra Cups and Kalgoorlie Cups and run some really nice races. But won by 5 lengths last start. That was carrying the 56 kilos. It was a nice performance. I'm not surprised to see them now come back to Ascot and just have a throw at the stumps in a 62 plus event. I think the horse is, we know it's match fit. It's had the 20 starts. It's only a 5-year-old, so good time to have a go here. And I think it can certainly show that the Geraldton form lines can hold up, as we've seen this prep as well. But I'm going to go with the consistent one that we showed the replay of. Number 4, TYCOON Target. From 10, SONNEN, 12, MEDOM, and 3, Russian River.
Number 4 on top for me, TYCOON Target as well. From the 8, HAKUNA MATATA, 10, SONNEN, and number 6, Galaxy Blaze.
Race number 4 at Ascot, it is the listed Supremacy Stakes over the 1,000 metres, an event for the 2-year-olds. Mark, this is the one you talked about in the preview. Bit of excitement here because Simon Miller's got a nice one, but Ben Pearce has got one that hasn't lost either.
This is a cracking race, and this could be the key lead-in race towards the Karrakatta, and of course the other races on the way there. Adam, the replay horse we'll have a look at is number 1, Keeper Keen. This time winning the Crystal Slipper, beating Riask, who has since come out and won.
Home straight, and here comes Riask putting in its run at the 300. Ruby M is tackled by Keeper Keen, and Riask in behind the Makina Kuri can't go on. It's Riask on the outside of Keeper Keen with 100 left to go. They're coming away. It's stride for stride. Keeper Keen and Riask, the newcomer, on the outside. Riask, Keeper Keen comes back. They went to the line. Gee, that's close.
Really nice performance there by Keeper Keen, and what I like with this gelding, and you mentioned in the previous races when you talked about Galaxy Star, horses that like to attack the line. Keeper Keen has shown that it wants to win. He just gets out nicely, he runs on strongly, and the 2 performances have been really good. 1 leading, 1 running on, so some positives there. The recent trial was good. We saw Jared Noski not have to touch this galloper. 58.5 kilos, speed in the race, going to be very hard to beat again.
It will indeed, Adam, and heading towards the Perth Stakes, that's the one I want to be on. Heading towards the Gym Crack, the one I want to be on is SEANNIE from the Simon Miller Yard. Returns, really nice trial recently. Wasn't asked to do too much, but was forced to chase down a galloper and really wanted to find the line. Really like the effort by the filly by Sebring.
Yeah, really nice type is SEANNIE, as you mentioned. This filly's got a bit of class. Simon Miller's got a handful of good 2-year-olds, so I think this is one of his better ones. The big thing you have to take a look at as well is Aaron Mitchell stays with this instead of riding Colourful Charade for Wally Mitchell. That's a really nice lead here. I think SEANNIE can be the one to beat.
Adam, looks the obvious Quinella. Do you see anything else in the race upsetting the apple cart?
I've got a big watch on number 6, Whacked Out here. The 2 recent trials have been really good, 400 metres and 1,000 metres. I believe there's been a fair bit of interest in this horse because of the breeding as well. Barrier 1, 56 kilos, expecting it to run a really nice race. So that's the one that I'm watching, but I think you have to go with the 2 proven form lines. So I'm going to tip number 7, SEANNIE. From 1, Keeper Keen, 6, Whacked, and 2, Colourful Charade.
Same numbers, different order. 7 on top for me as well. SEANNIE from the 1, Keeper Keen, with the weight swing there. 2, Colourful Charade, and number 6, Whacked Out.